hope this video wakes you up. My name is Matthew Carroll. I'm the owner of Kentucky-Bred Insurance. There's something you can do right now that'll save you tens of thousands of dollars in the coming years. It's something that you can do right now, and you don't have to work any harder at your job or how you earn money. It's something you can do to help guarantee your financial independence and well-being for your family in the future, in the coming years. And it really is something that's painless. What am I talking about here? Refinancing your home. Let's just talk about some big picture stuff here. Interest rates. Why is that important? Well, if you're watching this or if you own a home, you're paying interest. You're paying interest on your vehicles, your credit cards, your student loans, and your home. Now, interest rates float around as the market changes and various things that we're just simply not going to get into. However, if you look at interest rates on mortgages, for all of recorded history, they do not get any lower than they have in recent months. More importantly, if you're following the current conditions, the consensus is that interest rates are going to increase. So let's backtrack here and talk big picture. The people in this country that are building wealth and building a more secure future are taking advantage of this low interest rate environment. All right, so the big couple things you can do, there's a 30-year. Everyone's familiar with the 30-year, and then most everyone's familiar with the 15-year. Rates are so crazy low right now that a lot of homeowners that have been in their home for any amount of time, even if it's only been a couple of years, you can go back and look at refinancing to a 15-year loan, which of course cuts your term in half, and you may only pay just slightly more than you're paying on a 30-year loan. That means you're going to pay your home off 15 years earlier, and you're only paying a little bit more on your monthly. Another option as well is you can always take out a 20-year or another, just simply refinance into another 30-year. Either way, it is a good idea in today's environment. I don't care if you look like this every day when you go to work or you're dressed like this. What do you think the people building serious wealth and financial stability are doing right now? They're taking advantage of the low interest rate environment. They're going steps further than we're exploring in this video, and they're thinking even deeper than we're going. In fact, they're loading up on debt because they're essentially giving you free money right now. The very least that you can do is refinance the largest debt that you quite possibly have in your portfolio, which is your primary residence. It's very normal. That's the most debt that I've got, is my primary residence. And you know what I've got? A really crazy, stupid low interest rate on a 15-year fixed. That's not for everyone, but what can be for everyone right now is a really low interest rate. The rules have changed. They are much lower than historically. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, I really am, and I'm not a hard sales kind of person. I'm just not. Although essentially I run a sales organization, it's very informative, and we essentially present the information, and then it's up to you. You take it or leave it. We just want you to have all the facts. However, I am a son, I'm a husband, and I'm a good friend, and from time to time I have to give advice that I felt overwhelmingly compelling. What made me make this video is a good friend of mine has his insurance with me, and we got to just simply talking about his finances and his current situation with his work life and his home, and it just became super obvious that if he refinanced, it would save him thousands and thousands of dollars on his home loan. It would also allow him to pay off some credit card balances and things that he had. So when we talked about this, he basically was like, yeah, good idea. That sounds good. Thanks. And I knew that he was not going to make any initiative as far as moving forward. So I strong-armed him. I just said, hey, you've got to do this. I'm going to have so-and-so reach out to you and at least take a look at it. You're crazy if you don't at least take a look at this. To shorten this story a bit, he went through the processes. It's extremely painless. You simply hand over a few documents, they assess your situation, and then they're able to help if they can. If not, no harm, no foul. And they did. They were able to help him substantially. He went from a 30-year loan to a 15-year loan. His payment was largely unchanged I think it was within $10 of what it was originally, and he wiped off some credit card debt that he had. This is a way that you can increase your financial wealth. It really, really, truly is. The way America works in this world is there are a set of rules, and you can use those rules to your advantage. People that build wealth use the rules to their advantage. And the way I look at the current interest rate market is that the rules have changed. They have been bent. They're not quite broken, but they're bent. And right now, if we look through history, we will look back and see that this is an anomaly. You're looking at almost 50 years of data in this chart. This is the interest rates for a 30-year fixed rate over 46 years, or since 1975. I'll keep this short and sweet, but you need to see this. In 1975, interest rates were hovering around 9%. They did skyrocket up until about 1981 or so, approximately. And since that time, they have trended down. Full discretion, of course, no one can predict this perfectly, obviously. They have trended down, they've bounced all over the place along the way. But if we look at today's environment, they are at an all-time low. I will say, while shooting this video, they've ticked up just a little bit. So I believe they're just above 3% right now, which is fine. As you can see, they bounce around. But nonetheless, we're talking all-time lows going back all the way to 1975. It's not something that should stay the way it is. And it is a great opportunity for everyone. The average person can really get ahead by looking at their current financial obligations and restructuring it in a way that their payments are lower and they're given a lot less interest to the bank each and every month for decades. It is that big a deal. I implore you, please talk to someone about refinancing your home. There's a good chance that you'll be able to get rid of some credit card debt if you've got it. You may be even able to pay off the balance on your student loans. You may be able to pay off the balance on a vehicle or recreational toy of some sort. And all this is through your home. It really is a unique time in history. And I hope you take this video and go for it. I really do. Now, Kentucky-Bred Insurance, we work with a few of the best loan officers in the entire state. I guarantee that, and I'm happy to put you in touch with them, but it doesn't have to be one of them. If you've got a family friend or a banker that you've built a relationship with, they're going to be able to help you in today's interest rate environment. So take advantage of this time and do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your financial well-being, do it for your early retirement. Take advantage of this right now. Something that just drives me crazy and I can't quite figure out is we've all heard our friends and family say, oh, I don't make enough at my job, or if I do this, I can get the promotion and earn more. Okay, we hear that all the time. We all talk about it, and it's easy, and we strive for those things. But I never hear someone say, hey, I just refinanced my home. My payment is a lot less, and I'm going to pay it off sooner. Is that not the same goal of financial independence, of gaining financial security, of controlling your own destiny? Is it not the same family of topics? Everyone's willing to work harder at their job or put in more hours or ask for that raise, or you should be rather, but very few people take advantage of these rules, the rules of interest rates. You've got to spend some time and take advantage of that. What does the process of refinancing look like? Really, what they're going to want to know is your last 2 years of tax statements. Whether you did it yourself, had an accountant or a CPA firm, or if you did like a TurboTax, or your friend does your TurboTax, whatever it is, get your last 2 years of tax statements together, along with your year-end W-2 income summary. If you can have those pieces of info, that's essentially it. It's helpful if you have your current mortgage obligation, like your coupon book or whatever they mail you on a regular basis. But gather those things together, literally in a hard copy, and take them to a loan officer or your banker. You can also scan them in and email them over. A lot of loan officers prefer that way so they can get a quick glance at. You are welcome to come in our office, and I'm happy to scan all this stuff through in a secure portal for you. There's really no excuse for not taking advantage of this. Kentucky-Bred Insurance works with some of the best loan officers in the entire state of Kentucky and Indiana for that matter, and Florida for that matter. We've got a few that we work with very regularly, but you don't have to use them. We're happy to make that introduction for you if you'd like that. But if you've got a family friend or your current banker or someone that you trust, I encourage you to use them. This is a relationship aspect. They are looking at your income and things like that. So I understand. But what I don't understand is you not taking advantage of the current interest rate environment. Literally, you're crazy if you don't refinance.
Yeah. I think if you had, you want me to cut this or keep going?
You can cut it.